Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you two DIY projects that I did to decorate my boy's room. So if you're interested, please keep watching. For the first DIY project, I used three different sizes of these wooden houses. I got that from the dollar store. So I'm gonna stain them using Minwax wood stain in the color dark walnut. I'm just going to use a kitchen sponge that I cut in half, and I'm going to stain all around as well as the front rim. After painting, I took this backing of a picture frame that I saved, that I recycled, and I'm going to place each of the houses on top of it and trace the shape so that I can use it as a backing just to stabilize the picture that I'll be gluing on. So this will act as a base to stabilize the picture. So just tracing around and then using a pair of scissors, I'm just going to cut it off. I'm then going to use this watercolor book that I have. I used it before when I was trying to paint and do some watercolors. So I'm going to take some of these papers and I'm going to fit it through my printer. And I ordered these beautiful prints on Etsy. I'm going to leave the link to the Etsy shop in my description. And I just used the watercolor papers and I printed the pictures through my regular printer, and I think it turned out super cute. It gives that watercolor effect to it. I think the finish looks perfect, and then I'm just going to trace around the shape and cut it out. Once that's done, this is how all the stained houses looks like. So I'm gonna use these words for the center part of it, and the last two smaller box I'm gonna put pictures of some animals. So here I'm just gonna trace that around and cut that as well. The back of the house has hardware that you can mount it to the wall, but I'm not going to use them to mount. So I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to remove the hardware because I didn't find any small screwdrivers. So after you have all of your shapes cut out using hot glue, I'm just going to glue the picture on top of the base right here, and then I'm going to glue the whole thing to the back of the house. For this next project, I'm going to use 4 8x10 painting canvases that I got from the dollar store, and then instead of removing the staples, just use a utility knife and just go around the frame because you'll be using the paper, so just carefully remove around and then you can save the paper later on. So this is the paper once you've removed it, and then I'm gonna stain the frame using dark walnut by Minwax. So here I always use this stain, so I always have it at home, and using a foam you can just paint around the frame. And here it is, I'm just using like a kitchen sponge to stain the frame. Then you want to take a pair of scissors and just cut around the curving part of the canvas paper, because you'll be feeding through the printer and you don't want that to get stuck, so make sure you cut all the edges. And then for the pictures, I went on Etsy and I found these beautiful pictures. I'll leave the link to the Etsy shop that I got these from in my description box, and I just printed off using a regular printer. And now this is how it's gonna go. So I'm gonna use some hot glue and put the glue around the back of the canvas, and I'm just gonna put the printed paper on top. And this is the finished look. I think it looks perfect. It gives that rustic yet very cute look to it. And I have several of these. I printed 4 pictures, and you're gonna see them more as I reveal my boys' bedroom makeover. For the third project, I'm going to use a hula hoop that I got from the Dollar Tree. The video angle that I have is not really great, so because the hoop is really big, I'm not able to give a lot of the details of this tutorial, but I'll make sure to explain the steps. So I'm going to use some hot glue and cover the whole hula hoop with some jute twine, and I got these branches from the dollar store, so I'm gonna cut off a piece of it once I've covered it with the twine. And using a smaller jute twine that I got from the Dollar Tree, I'm just gonna attach that branch to the bigger hoop, and then you just want to go over around that to make sure it's secure, and you want to just put a knot to tie it together. I then took some yarn that I had several colors, so one cream and the other ones were more in the tones of blues, so I have some lighter blues as well as a darker one. So what I'm going to do is to put the yarn, the cream yarn, on the top branch, and the blue ones I'm going to do in the bottom half of the hula hoop. So what you want to do is to take the yarn, fold it in half and cut out a piece, and then once you have it folded in half, you want to run through the bottom of the branch, and then through the opening you want to pull both strands of the yarn and pull it just to make a tight knot. And you want to continue the same way and fill out the part of the branch that you want. I'm not going to do the whole section, I'm just going to do the middle part of it, and then if it's too long you can trim away. But what I'm going to do now is just to put the yarn across the branch, and then at the end, once I'm done everything, I'll be trimming out. So I'm going to do the same thing, just putting underneath, pulling it out, and then looping around in the center of the joint right there. So again, I'm going to show you once more. So you're going to take both yarns, go underneath, and through the hole you're going to pull both strands and pull it into a knot, and then just pull it close to each other, and you want to do it for the rest of the area. I'm gonna do the same way till the end, and I'm also gonna do the rest of the blue yarns as well off of the camera, and I'm gonna show you how it looks at the end. I'm gonna do it in a grading, starting with the dark blue on the outer edge and then going towards the light as you reach the center of the bottom of the hula hoop. Once I was done with the project, I took it to my boy's room to where I wanted it to hang on the wall, and then I hanged it on the wall so that I can have a better look at it before I trimmed away um, to get the shape of the macrame the way I wanted it to be. And then I just arranged all of the strands and then I gave it a trim just to make the V shape. And this is how all of the project turned out at the end. I can't wait to put them in my boys' room makeover, so stay tuned for that video. I'm going to share that very soon in my channel, so make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you don't miss that video as well. Take care.